Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a show that's going to piss off a lot of people today, but I don't give a damn. We're going to get into it anyway. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be hollering and screaming in the comment section. Jumpman23 did the fake Jordan brand account on YouTube. He probably already dropped the comment 20 seconds into the video, but let's get into it here. So we were just looking for content to produce. And I was like, hey, Mitch, man, let me know if you see anything interesting out there. And then what does Mitch do? He sends me pretty much a gold mine, right? And he sends me an article from the website basketballnetwork.net. Folks, this one is a bombshell. I don't even know how it escaped our radar because it was published actually on November 15th. I don't know how the hell we missed it, but we missed it. Now, let me give you guys a quick backdrop before we get into what the article had to say. As you guys know, we're currently living in the cupcake era. All right, the cupcake era. You walk into an arena, they hand you cupcakes, right? It just is what it is. Players today are dropping like flies while making the most money ever. And then you have people running up there, hollering, screaming, twerking it up all over the internet. I mean, man, these are the most advanced players we ever seen. They're the most advanced players we ever seen. They're the fastest. They're the quickest. Meanwhile, they dropping like flies. They're the fastest. How? We can't prove it. They're the most athletic. How? We can't prove it. They're the most skilled. How? We can't prove it. They just pick something that they like and be like, oh man, this is the best that we've ever seen. Nevertheless, this is the cupcake era. No questions about it. And about 2 years ago, we were actually hearing conversation of some of these cupcakes hollering and screaming and talking about, man, the season is too long. The season is too long. They were even discussing this on ESPN. This is when JJ Redick was there. And then they were like, man, we just have to come to a resolution because the season is too long. Excuse me. And we got to find a way to really address this issue. And it's a pressing issue. And they were like, well, okay, well, if the season's too long, lower the games. You know, because you lower the games. They're like, well, if we lower the games, that means we lower the revenue. So we have to think about it a little bit more. So players are complaining about the season being too long, right? But they don't want to lower the games because if you lower the games, you lower the revenue, you lower their salaries. So what they want to do is complain about the season, play less games, but then get paid for the 82-game season. So what happened? This article that we discovered today is essentially of some comments that Michael Jordan made. Yes, Michael Jordan, the GOAT himself, made that was centered on some complaining and whining from LeBron James and Dirk Nowitzki about the NBA needing to shorten the season. And Jordan was just like, you dudes is charming soft. But before we even get into what MJ had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. With only 4 months left until the end of the year, I look forward to creating special moments with family and friends by attending various theaters, shows, plays, and sporting events. And when it comes time for me to look for tickets, I absolutely love to use Game Time. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and peace of mind so I don't have to sort through thousands of tickets looking for the best prices or worry about whether or not if they're authentic or whether I'm going to receive them on time. Game Time Picks, one of my favorite Game Time tools, analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, no hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into this article here. It continues on. In the 2014 preseason, the NBA experimented with a 44-minute game comprised of 11-minute quarters. Superstar LeBron and Dirk Nowitzki shared their thoughts on the proposed change. For James, who then just returned to Cleveland, the issues lie in the number of games played, not minutes. It's not the minutes, it's the games, James told ESPN. The minutes don't mean anything. We can play 50 minutes a game if we have to. It's just the games. We all, as players, think it's too many games. In our season, 82 games is a lot. The Cleveland icon added that there doesn't seem to be any point in shortening the games by 4 minutes. I think you don't need 82 games to determine the best 8 in each conference, Nowitzki said. That could be done a lot quicker. While he prefers the season to be cut from 82 games to the mid-60s, the German wasn't too hopeful his wish would come true, especially since fewer games means less money. Love for the game. Basketball legend Michael Jordan shared his thoughts on the matter as a former player and a businessman. Reminiscing on his glory days with the Chicago Bulls, MJ claimed he never saw the number of games per season as a problem. I love both of those guys, but as an owner who played the game, I loved playing, Jordan said. If I wasn't playing 82 games, I still would be playing somewhere else because that's the love for the game I had. As a player, I never thought 82 games was an issue. But if that's what they want to do, we as owners and players can evaluate it and talk about it, but would make less money as partners. Are they ready to give up money to play fewer games? That's the question, because you can't make the same amount of money of playing fewer games, MJ said, who was then the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Jordan played all 82 games in 9 of his 15 NBA seasons. The only time he missed a ton of action was in the 1985-86 season when he was recovering from a broken foot. In the 1994-95 season when he came back from the retirement, and in 2001-2002 season with his second comeback. So those are the numbers. That's what Jordan had to say. Essentially, Jordan was saying these dudes are soft, including LeBron James. And he's also questioning their love for the game. He was also questioning their love for the game. Bear this in mind as well. When Jordan was playing, the league was more physical. And when LeBron made those comments, he must have been in year 15, 16? Year 15 and 16. So it's not like as if he'd been playing for 20 years. So what are you complaining about? And you came into the NBA younger than MJ did when he came into the NBA. So at his year 15, he was actually a younger guy complaining about the games. So you heard how many times Jordan has played 82 games in a season. Let's look at how many times LeBron has played 82 games in a season. I'm seeing that LeBron has played 82 games in a season one time. And he did that in the 2017-2018 season. Let's see how many times LeBron has played at least 80 games. 1, 2 times. Let's see how many times LeBron has played at least 75 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times in 20-something years, in 22 years, 21 years. All right? So for him to be complaining about playing less games is crazy. But what Jordan said doesn't surprise me. Jordan thinks these guys are soft. He also made some comments about LeBron James when he broke the NBA when he went to go sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were asking Jordan at some kind of golf tournament. And he said, at the time, I was a competitor. I wasn't thinking about joining Larry Bird and these guys. I was thinking about beating them. Right? It was more of a competitive thing to me. I wanted to beat those guys. I didn't want to join them. And I think that is something that a lot of these older guys hold against LeBron. Now, the media is going to spin it how they're going to spin it. They're going to spin it how they're going to spin it, but I always believe that Jordan felt that LeBron was soft. I mean, essentially, that's what he's saying. And he also brought up the point that I brought up earlier, which is if you want less games, you still want the same amount of money. How's that going to work? Or you telling me you should still get 82 games money, and then not play the 82 games, which a lot of guys want to do. And Charles Barkley made the joke this offseason. He said, if you paid players on an individual basis, game per game, he said they'll play 150 games a season if they could. We all know what the game is here. We all know what it is. But to have the greatest player that ever played the sport to say this about the quote unquote second greatest player, it's pretty damning. It is pretty damning. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Catch you guys on the next show. Peace.